What is up YouTube, James Beck here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. Today, we have the Mega Altaria team once again with Mega Altaria, Cresselia, Milotic, Incineroar, Aegislash, and Tapu Bulu. Let's get started and play some games. So I guess one of the difficult things I found about this team is, which is strange because I feel like I do have enough resources to beat it, is finding a way to switch into Charizard. Well, positioning myself to deal with Charizard Y, because Charizard Y is just a scary Pokemon for some of my defensive Pokemon to switch into. Yet there's also the chance, like, it's not just Charizard Y. So Charizard Y, I do have switch-ins with my Altaria, my Calm Mind Cresselia, Incineroar, my Milotic can take Heat Waves, sure. Bulu and Aegislash are the two defensive, really defensive cores for like certain Pokemon though, and next to Charizard Y, it could be pretty difficult to maneuver around. Let's say like a Landorus, for instance. I want to get Bulu in, but the problem is the Heat Wave can come out. Incineroar is also a bit of an issue too, because I don't really have the best Incineroar checks. My best Incineroar check is my Milotic. Altaria can do like a decent chunk to Incineroar, and I do run low kick on this Incineroar especially. I could maybe run Stone Edge or Superpower on the Bulu, like I have seen some suggestions in the comments saying I could go for that. Yet I feel like Hornleech and Woodhammer have been extremely valuable in the sets that I have had it, because Hornleech is really nice for the recovery moments, as well as when I get Swords Hands up I can just go for Hornleech instead of taking all that recall. Also, I'm not really a huge fan of having both of them at this, having one or the other. So, not too sure about that. I will consider it though, although we only have about 2 episodes with this team anyway, but something I can consider for the future. So, yeah, there is always that. A lot of people have also been suggesting, I believe they were suggesting putting Berry on the Incineroar as well, and yes, I can see why people want Berry on Incineroar is probably the more effective set. Well, people keep arguing. People keep arguing between Assault Vest and Berry Incineroar, which one's the better set. I think it just depends on the team. And I kind of like Assault Vest more because it allows me to switch into stuff like Charizard Y. But Berry wouldn't be too bad because sometimes I really do miss that recovering moment. So I guess it's debatable. If you want to try out this team with Berry, I highly recommend testing those sets out. If you do try the team, the paste pin's down below. But I think that's enough rambling for the beginning part of this video. We'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. Alright, 1798 rated player from France. Okay. Standard Cresselia, Heatran, Kartana, Landis variant, Kangaskhan, Tapu Fini. So let's see here. Not sure exactly how much I like my position. My loader could do a decent amount of work depending on my opponent's team, but I like Calm Mind Cresselia for sure. Calm Mind Cresselia can do a ton of work against my opponent's team when effectively used. I think Aegislash can also provide some nice support. I don't like Milotic in this game. I don't like Altaria in this game, unfortunately. I just don't see Altaria doing work against 2 Steels. I do have Earthquake, but it's probably Shuckle Berry on Heatran, and Landorus is slowing down Altaria's damage output. There's also the Fini and Cresselia I have to worry about, and Kang does a lot of damage in general. So what would I do if I was playing in tournament and I was facing this kind of option? The problem is if I bring the 4 Pokemon I want to bring, I don't have the best Heatran answers, although I do have Low Kick on my Incineroar. Would you bring Heatran though is my question. I think I'm going to try out Aegislash Incineroar as the lead with Bulu and Cresselia in the back. We'll try it out. I could see quite a few options. This is going to be really scary. This is definitely going to be a scary matchup because I just don't know what my opponent's sets are or what you could potentially bring. Heatran could definitely be one of the Pokemon that's brought here. I do expect Kartana though. I think Kartana's really good against my team. Actually, you would probably bring Heatran. I got to figure out how to position myself against it. But it's Kang Fini, so I did kind of anticipate this lead. Alright, that works. I'll go Aegislash and Incineroar here. And I do get the Intimidate off into the Kangaskhan, which is really nice. And Misty Surge, which means I can get my Grassy Surge up. Get my Terrain Control. I just don't like my Heatran matchup. Well, it depends on the set. Calm Mind Cresselia could always beat Heatran, depending on its set. If it's not Toxic or Taunt. I do need to start wearing down the Kangaskhan, because Kangaskhan's probably the Pokemon that has the most damage output against my team. I think I'm just going to go Bulu and switch and go for Toxic here, since it is probably my go-to play against this team. Because I will go Bulu here. And let's see, it might be I don't think you Scrappy Fake Out, but you could, I guess. We'll see here. As Kangaskhan's gonna Mega Well, so that means it's not targeting my Aegis Slash. Perfect. Unless this is Crunch Hydro Vortex coming out, and I really hope it's not here. So Kangaskhan gonna go, maybe it goes for Double Edge straight away. I could see that play too. It's actually gonna go straight for the Frustration here in the Bulu, which at -1 shouldn't be doing too much. Oh, that does a lot more. Oh, that's a crit. I think my opponent expected it, and if it's... Oh, don't tell me. I don't know if it's specs or not, but if it wasn't specs, I'm pretty sure the crit mattered. Again, I don't know if it's specs. It could be definitely specs on this Feeny, but that's a little bit unfortunate. Still not the worst case, though. Cresselia can get a Calm Mind up pretty safely against my opponent's team, I guess. That just sucks, though. Get Cresselia in. I wonder who you would switch out if you're my opponent. I think I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball on the Feeny and go for a Calm Mind. I do need damage on this Feeny, and I am worried about Feeny maybe switching out into Heatran. I don't know. Both could switch out into Heatran potentially. Like, Kangaskhan could switch out into Heatran. So could Feeny. But Feeny is going to retreat here, and I'm guessing Heatran is going to be coming out. Oh, Kartana. That works too. That definitely works too. Okay. Get a Calm Mind off. That Kangaskhan's really slow. Well, it's adamant for sure. The damage output, there was no way it was doing that much without adamant, but geez. Okay. Frustration. Into the Cresselia. The problem is I gave this thing grassy. I gave the Kartana grassy terrain. That makes it a bit difficult. Alright, no Heatran coming out, so maybe no Heatran? Shadow Ball does come out into Kartana. Blows it back. Oh, it was probably Bloom, and I was like, I'm not going to KO this because it's Sash, and then wait, I was thinking about the next turn where I would have to position myself against a Bloom, and I'm like, oh, wait. Okay, that works. So I did Shadow Ball expecting maybe Kartana or Heatran to come out. There's no Heatran coming out, though. I wonder if this is Trick Feeny. I could definitely see it being Trick Feeny here. It is Trick Feeny. I'm actually pretty good against that. Or am I? Because it could trick my Aegis Slash. Who's in the back, potentially? Well, if it's Heatran, I think he would have brought it out a while ago. Or maybe my opponent wants to get the trick off immediately. I mean, I don't expect you to attack here. I do expect, let's see. A double it won't knock out Cresselia. I think I'm going to go for Psyshock Shadow Ball and just weaken the Feeny. Alright, stays in with both. Psyshock into Feeny. That's a good amount. I think that is specs. Frustration going to come out. Okay. Trick, yeah. And I'm a Z move. Perfect. Get a Shadow Ball off here. That looks like it'll be put in Psyshock range. I could go for, yeah, so it's Specs Feeny. Okay, so the crit didn't matter on the Bulu, but that's actually really good for me because now I could go for a sub here and a Psyshock. I don't want to lose to Landers in the back, though. Is it worth sacking Incineroar right here? Actually, if you give me Specs Aegis Slash, that would actually make this game very interesting. You know what? I'm going to go for Shadow Ball and a Feeny, and I'm just going to Moonlight up with Cresselia. I don't see a reason not to Moonlight with Cresselia. My opponent has to withdraw Feeny if you want pressure, yeah. Landers comes in, yeah. That was the one Pokemon I was really scared of in the back because that's like the thing that can do the most damage output to me. So I will Moonlight here and gain some health back. And I'll be able to get damage on this Landers. And if it's AV, that's really nice damage overall. Moonlight gonna come out. And what, Frustration once again? Yeah, Frustration, okay. Doing too much. Yeah. Alright. So now it's going to be able to get a Shadow Ball off into this Landers. Should be doing a good amount. Yeah, I think that's AV. I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell if it's AV or not. So there was no Heatran in this game. Very, very good. As I'm going to get Incineroar in and I'm just going to fire off an Icy Wind. I don't see a reason not to fire off an Icy Wind. I get a bit of speed control against the Landers. We're going to see the switch out here into Feeny. Alright. A U-turn into Cresselia potentially? That's actually really smart from my opponent. Although, I think I'm still in an okay position here. Yeah, I'm definitely in an okay position here. I think it's U-turn coming out. Oh, I'm faster than this Landers. Huh, so that's definitely AV. Icy Wind does a good amount. I wonder if Psyshock would knock out the Landorus the following turn. Earth Power coming out. Okay, so it's no U-turn. It's a special variant. AV Incineroar, though, going to be able to take that just fine. Special defense drop, not too big of a deal. I could Psyshock the Feeny. Or I could Psyshock the Landorus. Because I have fake out options. I have a lot of them. I think just fake out Landers is fine. Or maybe the play should switch out back into Aegislash here and go for Psyshock into Feeny. You know what? I think I like that play because of the fact that I don't know if you're going to double out one of your Pokemon right here. But I'm going to get my Aegislash in and keep Intimidate around for that Kangaskhan, dealing with it. Looks like my opponent's going to stay in with both, so that is a goodbye to Feeny. At least I think it is. Yeah, it is. Get a crit. I don't think it matters there. And they Earth Power once again into the Aegislash slot, which... Is that Specs? No, that's just a crit. Okay, I was just about to say, it was Specs damage technically, because it was a crit, but... Okay. Okay. Kangaskhan is toxic. At this point, I can just go for my Incineroar switch, and I wonder if Z-move would knock out the Kangaskhan. You know what? Let's try it out. Or should I just target down the Landers? Because technically, if I target down the Landers, I do win the game. Icy Wind is... Well, if it's AV Landers, I think it's AV Special. I think I'm going to Psyshock the Landers and hope I can knock it out, potentially. Because I'd rather Psyshock the Landers, because getting rid of Landers should allow my Aegislash to win the game. Because I doubt Kangaskhan has much to touch it, other than maybe Sucker Punch. So, gonna go on the offensive here. Psyshock will come out. No Fake Out comes out. Barely missed a knockout. Frustration into the Cresselia. Yeah, -1 again, so you're not doing much. Sludge Bomb gonna come out, so it's a double up into that Cresselia slab, but needed a crit there, I think. And even then, I think I would have actually lived a crit for either from the Sludge Bomb or the Frustration, but I wouldn't have lived both if they both crit. So, Fake Out the Landers, go for Moonlight, and that should be a wrap. Because Kangaskhan cannot beat the rest of my team, as we will win the first game of today's episode. So the really big plays I felt like I made were one, the Shadow Ball into Feeny. I think the Shadow Ball into Feeny was absolutely big there, because I knew that, you know, Feeny, if it is Specs, because I feel like if you go for that play of going for a double up in Incineroar, you should probably be Specs Feeny, because you could proc my Berry then. So if it is Specs on the Feeny there, I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. You already saw Toxic. I could Toxic the Feeny. So I think you would want to get Misty Terrain up, or you want to just get Heatran or Kartana in potentially. So I did want to go for a Shadow Ball, and luckily catching that Kartana was absolutely huge, because that thing would have been a pain to deal with, especially with the Bloom Doom option. So I was able to get rid of Kartana right away there. Although I was really expecting Heatran there. I was really expecting Heatran, but Kartana also worked too. Special Landers cool. Special AV Landers or Power Sludge Bomb. Slow though, which is fascinating too. I mean, slower than my Cresselia? I mean, that's like no speed. That's actually like no... That's like... Yeah, well, it's not much speed at all. Or close to little. I wonder if it's a mixed one. We saw Earth Power Sludge Bomb. You would probably assume Hidden Power Ice, and then maybe it has like a knockoff U-turn Super Power, maybe. Maybe it's full special, who knows. But we will take a win in the first game of today's episode. That's all I know. All I know is, can we get a game with Mega Altaria doing more work? I want to see Mega Altaria back at it once again. Let's see if we can get a game with Mega Altaria and if it can do work. But only time will tell. We'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Osiris again? Yo. Okay, we got Osiris again. Alright, can we get the run back? This time I'm aiming for the run back, so let's see how this run back is gonna go. Let's see if we can get it. So, I don't want to approach this. U-turn on the Incineroar, so it might be AV on this Incineroar. I wonder if he would make any adjustments. I think I want to go Milotic Bulu again, but I just want to play it a bit differently this time. I forgot, did we speed tie with the circuitry? I don't think so, right? No, I don't think we did. I think I was faster in general. I don't think it makes much sense otherwise. I think I'm going to have Cresselia and Incineroar in the back. I think the same four is just fine. I just got to play it differently. Yeah, I just got to play it differently. So let's see how this is going to go here. First game of today's episode. Can we pull out a W? We'll find out. But I do know that Bulu was really scared to what he brought. There was the Incineroar and there was the Ferrothorn. Yes, but I do have ways to check them. So we'll see how this goes. We'll definitely see how this goes. And if I keep my Milotic around, Incineroar should be checked. So let's see how this is going to go. I do want that run back. I know it's Z move on the Zergatry now. I got to be a little bit cautious of that. I wonder if there is a Tail Glow. That's like the one thing I'm concerned about is a Tail Glow. Incineroar Zergatry once again. As I'll lead Milotic and Bulu. Wonder if you go for Z move again turn 1. I don't think you do. Okay, the two options I have right here are, one, I could switch out my Milotic, go out into my Incineroar. Second option is to go out into my I think second option is just to go out. I get double protect here, but the problem is I don't think I want to go for double protect. I think I could just go Incineroar here, even if it's just a Thunderbolt into my Milotic. I just don't want Tail Glow setup being absolutely huge in this matchup. So I will retreat here. I will retreat in my Incineroar and just... I still always have to protect. Either one I think is fine. Because my opponent's not going to be able to knock me out. Wonder how bulky this circuitry is. I also wonder if Landorus is in the back, because a Landorus could screw up my plan here. Yet I still think a neutral Wood Hammer would still knock out the circuitry, so I guess it's not too bad. We'll retreat here into my Incineroar. And let's see what's going to go on. Intimidate. And a Fake Out once again into the Bulu. Substitute does go up. So this is a substitute circuitry. Okay. Remember, Gigavolt Havoc isn't too big of a concern. I do need to save my Incineroar because Incineroar is pretty valuable in this matchup. I could go for a Hornleech Flare Blitz, but I'm not sure if that's the play I want to make here. So I could Sword Stance, but the problem is, does he go for... What does he go for? I think I'm going to Sword Stance anyway. Because I could see Circuitry protecting in case I go for Fake Out Hornleech. So let's see what's going to come out here. As long as my opponent doesn't get the Beast Boost, I'll be fine yet. It's going to be hard to prevent it. We're going to see Incineroar retreat here, actually, into Ferrothorn. Ooh. What's your item? Oh, that was a really good play. Ooh, we get the Swords Dance up with Bulu. And Empower. Mount? Ice. Okay. I'm AV on my Incineroar, so I don't really care too much about Gigavolt Havoc. I can't really see Ferrothorn really allowing me to get a Flare Blitz off, but I will attempt to Flare Blitz the Ferrothorn and go for a Hornleech in the Circuitry. A Hornleech should allow me to live another Hidden Power Ice from the Circuitry. with the recovery I will get. And even if you switch out an Incineroar, I think that's alright. I just know. I don't know. You could switch out Ferrothorn here and protect Circuitry. I guess that'd be an okay play. That would definitely be an okay play. Yet I'm not too sure at this rate what my opponent's going for. U-turn. Yeah, Ferrothorn's going to switch out in Incineroar. Yeah. And I'm guessing Circuitry's going to protect you. I should have switched out. Okay. Yeah, it's a protect. So that doesn't work out as well as I would have liked it to. I'm going a bit too fast. I gotta slow it down. Flare Blitz gonna come out into the Incineroar. Maybe I should start going a bit more aggressive. I wonder if you're gonna fake out Incineroar. The problem with that is I just don't know what you're gonna do this turn. Are you gonna fake out my Bulu and go for the Z move? Or are you gonna go for a double up into Incineroar? Both are problematic, but if I can get rid of Circuitry, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. I think I'm gonna Flare Blitz the Circuitry slot, and I'm gonna go for a Protect right here. I just really hope... It really comes down to, do you predict my Incineroar to go for the... Do you predict the... No, it's do you predict Bulu to protect here? I can't really risk Bulu. I kind of wish I read that now. I kind of wish I doubled out Incineroar into my Lodic. But then again, you could have Giggled Havoc there, so I guess that wasn't a risk I really want to take here. Protect Bulu. Fake out. Ah, very nice. I don't think this knocks out yet. I'm so far behind now. Giggled Havoc going to come out from the Circuitry. And this Pokemon's a problem for my team. Probably won't knock out, I would assume, with the Salt Vest, but yeah, doesn't knock out. But the important part is I didn't get to break the sub. And I need Incineroar around. Oh, this is a problem. I need Incineroar. Well, luckily my opponent wasted the Z move, so you can't knock out my Lodic. I guess that is a good factor. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go into Crest. I do need Incineroar around, and I will Horn Leech the Circuitry slot. I'm probably gonna go down to a Flare Blitz from the Incineroar. I'm pretty sure my opponent has a very safe play of just going for a Thunderbolt and a Flare Blitz here. You could also even protect Circuitry if you really want to, although I feel like if you have the offensive pressure, you should just go for Thunderbolt into Cresselia. Let's see here. I will be able to break the sub. Good. But not great. Get a little bit of recovery, yet Hidden Power coming out. Is it a knockoff coming out, or is it double up? Flare Blitz gonna come out. Is that into... Okay. Either way, I was expecting my Bulu to go down, so it's all the same to me. Alright. I really want to go Incineroar here. I'm gonna go Incineroar here. My opponent's Incineroar shouldn't be able to knock me out. Oh, this might be a mistake. I wanna create the threat of Fake Out, so my opponent can't sub. Huh. I'm gonna go for Calm Mind with Cresselia here. I need to get a Calm Mind up. I think I'll Fake Out the Circuitry here. I was really thinking maybe going out into my Lodic here. I'm not sure if that's the play. Luckily, Circuitry doesn't have a Beast Boost, but still tough. Actually, wait, if this is modded Circuitry, because it could be mod Circuitry. Thunderbolt might be able to knock out my Lodic. That's tough to call. Circuitry protects, so I could just double down to my Lodic. But I guess I don't want me getting knocked off. I need Incineroar around, though. I just need Incineroar to live. I should live a U-turn though. Calm Mind gonna go up. And a knockoff into my Incineroar. I do survive, yeah, okay, perfect. I just need Incineroar alive. I think I'll throw off the Showered Psyche at this point. Like, I'm really far behind. I need to get something good in. So I'll throw out the Showered Psyche in the circuitry. Hopefully it doesn't go for sub here. Might just go for the Thunderbolt to get the Beast Boost, and the U-turn might come out from the Incineroar, which I think is what would come out. But I do need my Incineroar alive, because I can't be fair for it otherwise. Oh, so close to proccing Berry, but I don't. I will get Showered Psyche off, though. Which is huge in this matchup. If I can just beat down everything next to the Ferrothorn, I'm still in this game. Alright. Showered Psyche. How much is this gonna do? I hope it picks up the knockout, but I mean, this is Cresselia. Let's do a good amount though. U-turn comes out. It doesn't do too much. Okay. Ferrothorn comes out. I'm trying to think, is there an out? What if Xurkitree protects and Ferrothorn misses the Power Whip? Because I could see Xurkitree protecting to scout for my protect from Milotic. I'm just not sure if he would make that play. If I call this wrong, I do lose the game. But I think my opponent just has a safe play of double attacking the Milotic. I'm gonna, if I want any shot, I think I have to recover here. Okay, that works. I have to hope for a Power Whip miss at this point too. So I'll go for Icy Wind here. I am playing very aggressively with my Milotic, but I think at this point I have to. So let's see here. We'll get a recover off. So I heal back. A little bit unfortunate that I missed my berry range. Leech Seed into Cresselia. Okay. Alright. We made one read so far. Wonder if we're gonna save Xurkitree or not. I think I just Icy Winds protect here. Yeah, Icy Wind protect. Because I think a double up should go into Milotic, yet you might just double up to Cresselia. No, yeah, you're gonna target down Milotic, okay. Icy Wind should knock out Xurkitree, and if it doesn't, I still think I'm in an okay position. Doesn't knock out. Actually, yeah, it might be better for me. Power Whip into Milotic, okay. So I think I'm gonna attempt to go for a Scald Burn into Ferrothorn, and if I get it, I'm actually really in this game. This could still work, actually. That could still work. If I get the Scald Burn, that's absolutely huge. Xurkitree should not be switching out. It should be attacking here. I think I'll go for Psyshock. No, I think I go for Icy Wind in case Incineroar comes in, because that little bit of chip could matter on the knockout or not, and I'll go for Scald. I gotta hope for a burn. Or maybe I don't know if Milotic Bitless Power Whip, that's the problem. Okay, Xurkitree protects. I will go for an Icy Wind and a Scald into the Ferrothorn. This is really close. On the other side, I could also switch down Incineroar here. Like Cresselia and Incineroar, but the +1, not really doing much but damage. Don't get the burn. Power Up gonna come out. It does connect on my Milotic. Can Milotic survive this? It does not, and that's probably going to be a good game. Gets a crit, which I don't think matters. As yeah, this doesn't look good. Well, I can't beat Incineroar anyway. Yeah, I can't touch my opponent's Incineroar at this point of the game. So going into my own Incineroar. Get this Intimidate off. I can, I don't think my opponent's gonna lose on your time at this point because that would probably be the only out I have left. I mean, maybe? Gonna withdraw Circuitry. In Incineroar. And are you gonna attack with Ferrothorn? Well, I can't attack Ferrothorn anyway. There's no way I was out of this. Because you can just go for... Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Actually, my opponent's gonna be losing on your time at this point. I feel like. Potentially. Fake out. I will Moonlight. Oh yeah, I have to charge. I mean, if I Moonlighted, I could stall it out. The question is, do I really want to? Because I don't think I do. Because I did not play well at all in this set. I mean, yeah, my opponent does have it. So, Icy Wind. Flare Blitz. Fake Out gonna come out into the Incineroar. I wonder how much Gyro Ball does, because I've lowered the speed on Ferrothorn by a ton. Well, it's base power 150. Yet I am relaxed, Cresselia. I mean, I'll go for the timer and see. I'm probably going to forfeit on the last turn anyway, but I just want to see if I can Moonlight stall this, it would work. Oh yeah, that does absolutely nothing. His knockoff isn't going to be doing too much. Elite Seed Recovery, though. I mean, yeah, he's almost out of time. 2 more turns. If I can stall out for 2 turns, I do win. But I am just going to see if I would be able to win. But I'm going to forfeit on the last turn. As he locked in his moves pretty quickly. Moonlight here. Knock off. And Gyro Ball. Yeah, the damage output my opponent is doing is just not enough. How many seconds does he have left? 4 or 5. Oh, it's his last turn. I am gonna forfeit the match because he does deserve the victory, in my opinion. So I'm gonna forfeit the match here. Cause yes, I could win the match. It's timer. It is Pokemon. Yet I think he played the better game overall, and I feel pretty disappointed about how I played. So I don't want to take the win off timer, especially since he was outplaying me basically the entire game. I think to look back on what I could have done. I think maybe I had to change my game plan. Apparently Bulu plus Milotic wasn't the key. Maybe leaving Milotic wasn't the key play at all. I was just like forcing him to maybe go for the Gabled Havoc or respect to Milotic. But maybe at that point, maybe I should just went for Scald into Incineroar turn 1 again. But I just didn't want to go for it immediately. But maybe it was the better play overall. But yeah, and I know I'm probably going to get some comments saying, oh, you could have won, just timer stall him. Like, you literally won if you just Moonlight again. One, he could crit, I guess, but like... Let's say no crit, I do win the game off timer, but I am going to show my respects because he did play amazingly in that match, and the last match too. Really hope I can get my revenge at some point, but hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. Pretty long game, and there was only 2 games for this episode. If you did, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, society tiers on the channel, the previous episodes of VGC 2018 Back to Battles if you do want to go check them out, and all that good stuff will be linked in the description down below. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.